Your gray matter is healing. Your gray matter is growing. Your gray matter is functioning normally. Your gray matter is functioning perfectly, actually. In fact, your gray matter is functioning more than perfectly. Your gray matter has a normal amount of neuronal bodies. Your gray matter has the perfect amount of neuronal bodies, actually. In fact, your gray matter has a more than perfect amount of neuronal bodies. Your gray matter has a normal amount of axon terminals. Your gray matter has a perfect amount of axon terminals, actually. In fact, your gray matter has a more than perfect amount of axon terminals. Your gray matter has a normal amount of dendrites. Your gray matter has a perfect amount of dendrites, actually. In fact, your gray matter has a more than perfect amount of dendrites. Unlike most, your neurons do regenerate. Unlike most, your neurons do renew themselves. When your neurons are damaged, they are replaced. When your neurons die, they too are replaced. The grooves of your brain, the sulci, are perfect. The bumps of your brain, the gyri, are perfect as well. Your cerebellum is perfect. In fact, your cerebellum is more than perfect. Your cerebrum is perfect. In fact, your cerebrum is more than perfect. Your brainstem is perfect. In fact, your brainstem is more than perfect. Your spinal cord is perfect. In fact, your spinal cord is more than perfect. The anterior gray column of your spinal cord is perfect. In fact, the anterior gray column of your spinal cord is more than perfect. The posterior gray column of your spinal cord is perfect. In fact, the posterior gray column of your spinal cord is more than perfect. The lateral gray column of your spinal cord is perfect. In fact, the lateral gray column of your spinal cord is more than perfect. The average human brain has approximately 1,000 times more gray matter on the surface than a mouse. Your brain, on the other hand, has 1,000 times more gray matter than on the surface of the average human brain. Your white matter is healing. Your white matter is growing. Your white matter is functioning normally. Your white matter is functioning perfectly, actually. In fact, your white matter is functioning more than perfectly. Your white matter has a normal amount of myelinated axons. Your white matter has a perfect amount of myelinated axons, actually. In fact, your white matter has a more than perfect amount of myelinated axons. Your white matter's myelin sheath is normal. Your white matter's myelin sheath is perfect, actually. In fact, your white matter's myelin sheath is more than perfect. Your brain is performing perfectly. In fact, your brain is performing more than perfectly. It is perfect. More than that, it is a truly great mind.